Born in 1953 in Brooklyn, New York, Jeffrey Epstein's early life set the stage for his eventual rise to wealth and notoriety. Raised in a middle-class family, Epstein had a humble start. His intelligence, however, soon set him apart. A high school teaching job at the prestigious Dalton School led him into the world of finance, where his sharp mind and charisma quickly made an impression. Despite not having a college degree, Epstein was offered a position at the investment bank Bear Stearns. His meteoric rise in the world of finance culminated in 1981, when he established his own firm, J. Epstein & Company. Here, Epstein managed the fortunes of billionaires, gaining access to an elite world and forming connections with notable individuals like Donald Trump, Bill Clinton, and Prince Andrew. With his firm, Epstein had laid the groundwork for a life of luxury, power, and ultimately scandal. Despite his wealth and connections, Epstein's life took a dark turn as he became embroiled in serious criminal allegations. In the year 2005, the first allegations against Epstein surfaced. A woman came forward accusing Epstein of sexually exploiting her 14-year-old stepdaughter. This was the beginning of a troubling pattern that would continue for years. The police investigation that followed uncovered a network of underage girls, allegedly exploited by Epstein and his associates for sex. Fast forward to 2008, Epstein faced a possible life sentence for his alleged crimes. However, in a move that sparked outrage and controversy, he struck a plea deal, pleading guilty to a single-state charge of solicitation of prostitution from minors. The deal allowed him to avoid federal charges, and astonishingly, he served only 13 months of an 18-month jail sentence, much of it spent on work release. However, Epstein's freedom was short-lived. In 2019, amid renewed scrutiny and a surge of public outcry, Epstein was arrested again. This time, he was charged with sex trafficking of minors in Florida and New York. The allegations were horrifying, with claims that Epstein ran a sex trafficking ring, exploiting and abusing dozens of underage girls. At the heart of the scandal was Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's longtime associate. Accusations surfaced that Maxwell played a pivotal role in Epstein's sex trafficking operation, allegedly acting as a madam or recruiter of young girls for Epstein. The pair's connection has added another layer of complexity to an already convoluted and disturbing saga. Epstein's arrest in 2019 marked the climax of a long, sordid saga of abuse and exploitation. Yet despite his arrest, Epstein's story was far from over. His death in prison under suspicious circumstances and the ongoing investigations into his associates would continue to fuel controversy and public interest in the years to come. In August 2019, Epstein was found dead in his jail cell, an event that sparked controversy and conspiracy theories. Officially, Epstein's cause of death was ruled a suicide, but the circumstances surrounding it have been shrouded in suspicion. The irregularities and anomalies in the case ignited a firestorm of conjecture, with many doubting the official narrative. In the aftermath of Epstein's death, the spotlight turned to his associates, notably Ghislaine Maxwell, who found herself under scrutiny. Investigations into Epstein's network continued, underscoring the expansive reach of his illicit activities. On Wednesday, January 3, 2024, about 950 pages of court documents identifying associates of financier and sex offender Jeffrey Epstein were made public. Included in the unsealed papers are the names of about 150 Epstein associates. The documents were filed as part of Virginia Giuffre's 2015 defamation lawsuit against Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's co-conspirator in his sexual abuse scheme. Prince Andrew and Bill Clinton are among the more than 100 people named in newly published legal documents linked to the pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. The disclosure of the first batch of court files include the names of victims, friends, and associates of the sex offender and Ghislaine Maxwell, although many others will have no direct link to Epstein. Inclusion of the names does not indicate any wrongdoing related to Epstein or anyone else. Prince Andrew is included with the legal papers, including a previously reported accusation he groped Johanna Sjoberg, a claim he denies. Former U.S. Presidents Bill Clinton and Donald Trump are also named, with neither accused of wrongdoing. Judges, court staff, and legal representatives are not included. Now here's the full list of names revealed in unsealed court records so far: Andrew Albert Christian Edwards, Prince Andrew James Michael Ostrich, Eva Anderson Juan, and Maria Alessi, husband and wife, working at Epstein's home in Florida, Janice Banasiak, Victoria Bean, Rebecca Boylan, Dana Burns, Jean-Luc Brunel, Kate Blanchett, Naomi Campbell, Sharon Churcher, Bill Clinton, David Copperfield, John Connolly, Alan Dershowitz, Dr. Mona Devancian, treated Virginia Roberts, Dr. Chris Donahue, treated Virginia Roberts, Leonardo DiCaprio, Cameron Diaz-Glenn, and Eva Dublin, Ron Eppinger, Daniel Estes, Annie Farmer, accused Epstein of sexual assault, Louis Freeh, Alexandra Fekai, Frederick Fekai, Jojo Fontanella, Crystal Figueroa, Tony Figueroa, Eric Ganny, Meg Garvin, Sheridan Gibson, Butte, Ross Gow, Maxwell's press agent Al Gore, Fred Graff, Robert Giuffre, Philip Guderian, Alexandra Hall, Dr. Carol Hayek, Dr. John Harris, treated Virginia Roberts, Joanna Harrison, Shannon Harrison, Stephen Hawking, Victoria Hazel, Brittany Henderson, Brett Jaffe, Michael Jackson, Forrest Jones, Sarah Kellen, Epstein's former assistant Carol Kess, Dr. Karen Kudikoff, Paul Lavery, Dr. Stephen Olson, Stephen Kaufman, Wendy Lee, Dr. Judith Lightfoot, Peter Listerman, Tom Lyons, Dr. Darshani Majaliana, treated Virginia Roberts, Nadia Marcinkova, Bob Meister, Jamie Mellenson, Lynn Miller, Marvin Minksy, Donald Morell, David Mullen, David Knorr, Joe Pagano, May Paluga, Stanley Pottinger, Tom Pritzker, Detective Joe Riccari, investigated reports of sexual abuse against children by Epstein chief Michael Reiter, responsible for investigation of sexual abuse against children by Epstein, Bill Richardson Ronaldo, and Deborah Rizzo Sky Roberts. Kimberly Roberts. Lynn Roberts, Virginia Roberts, now known as Virginia Roberts Giuffre, accused Prince Andrew of sexual assault. Haley Robson, Dave Rogers, private jet pilot for Epstein Alfredo Rodriguez, butler at Epstein's Florida home Scott Rothenson Forrest, Sawyer Doug Schotel Johanna Schoberg, claims she was sexually abused while underage by Epstein. Also claimed Prince Andrew touched her breast. Kevin Spacey, Cecilia Stein, Marianne Strong, Mark Tafoya, Emmy Taylor, Maxwell's ex-personal assistant Brent Tyndall, Kevin Thompson, Ed Tuttle, Donald Trump, Les Wexner, Crescenda Valdez, Emma Vaughn, Anthony Valadares, Christina Venero, licensed massage therapist Maritza Vasquez, Dr. Wawa, treated Virginia Roberts, Vicky Ward, Jard Weisfield, Sharon White, Courtney Wild, Bruce Willis.